into the world I see before me. I open up the dream that once was inside, and I unleash the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crash in the ether, I am the power of my path. Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the door, and I see the power inside. Light this world on fire, and set my world alive. I am the storm, I am the light. In the shadows I ignite. With every breath I claim my throne. In this world I stand alone. Let the power rise, let it flow. Through the darkness let it glow. I am the force, I am the key. Unlocking dreams, setting them free. Now I take a deep breath and I say with my final breath, I have the power. Let the power grow in me. Let the power shine in me. Let the unknown be seen. Let the dream awaken and the destiny unfold. Let the power grow. And now it be untold. Let the future be in my hands as I guide those who come to me. The power that I have to give is their truth. I am the storm, I am the light. In the shadows I ignite. With every breath I claim my throne. In this world I stand alone. Let the power rise, let it flow. Through the darkness let it glow. I am the force, I am the key. Unlocking dreams, setting them free. As I look through the windows of worlds I have seen. From the darkest of the depths to the highest of the light, we see the power that I show is only that of love. I give you all of my strength. I give you all of my courage. Let the freedom fly in me, for the freedom is now reborn. Let the sacred circle open, let the world now be born. Hold my future now, for I dream of what I hold. I give you all the path you need, and now the future is untold. As I see the path before me and connect the lines of life to you. Open doors, open to the world I see before me. I opened up the dream that once was inside, and I unleash the power that I hold inside. No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crash in the ether, I am the power of my past. Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the door and I see the power inside. Light this say with my final breath, I have the power. Let the power grow in me. Let the power shine in me. Let the unknown be seen. Let the dream awaken and the destiny unfold. Let the power grow, and now it's be untold. Let the future be in my hands as I guide those who come to me.
Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea. Welcome to the unknown prophet's domain, where spirits dance and fortunes remain. Let the tarot unfold, let it explain the path that lies ahead with no refrain. Unseen whispers in the night, revealing secrets hidden from sight. With ancient wisdom I'll ignite the flames of truth, burning so bright. Ethereal cards, they hold the key, unlocking mysteries, setting us free through swirling mist. The future I see, guiding souls like a river to the sea.
Working. Okay, why is my stream deck not working? I was pressing the wrong button. It wasn't supposed to do that yet, but here we are. Anyway, hi everybody. My name is Joshua Bleasy. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. I'm doing a special Sunday stream because I was called by the gods to come here today to help people with something very specific, something I don't use a lot. One of my very rare gifts that I have the ability to do is I can see all past lives. I can literally see what you did before, where you're at on the destiny track, what your soul has been trying to learn as you come to Earth and stuff like that. I don't use that gift very much because it's fucking goddamn scary. It's so scary that I had to stop doing it because people would just walk out and they wouldn't come back because I was that it was just too, too real, So, I've been using this gift a lot recently, because I've always had that ability to see timelines, multiple timelines. It's like I see the multiverse of madness in my head every single day, okay? And then, part of the thing that I do here is I do use my custom-made homemade deck. You can see I have two different decks now. My custom-made deck that I've made to help with some things today, to get you some more definitive, detailed answers, and to prove to you that that connection is actually there. And I also brought out my Witches deck to help you with some extra advice and some much-needed, maybe, butt-kicking from this deck. This is the deck that kicked my ass. This is the one that put me on the path I was. This was my very first deck that I ever bought as a witch. This is what I used as inspiration for this deck. So and it is called the Sacred Circle Tarot by Anne Franklin and Paul Mason. It's a Celtic pagan journey. And this was my very first tarot deck that I ever got. I got it back in 2004. So 2004, like September of 2004 is when I originally bought this deck as my first divinational tool. I had been doing palm readings for about 3 years before that with only a year of study. You know, a year of study of learning what the actual lines mean and stuff like that. Everything else after that was full tilt kitty. In just like I do here, it's the intuitional shit. Now these are a little bit different today, guys. This is a very special stream because I am pulling out of my hat the Destiny Weaver. I'm pulling out of my hat the past life. If you want to know what they were, what you were doing, I can help you with that. I'm very, they told me to come here to help people with guide connection and God connection today. So we're going to be doing something just a tiny bit different for this special stream, okay? So just like we normally do, we're entering the queue. There won't be any numbers this time, guys. You don't have to worry about numbers this time. It's completely intuitional. So I go until cards either fall out of my deck or I get the answers that you need. So like I said, this is a very special Sunday, guys. So if you're here today, your world is gonna change. I will light your world on fire. I am not fucking kidding. If you are not ready for pure, unadulterated spiritual transformation, get the hell out of my queue. EP. Okay? So that's your fair warning. I will kick your spiritual ass up and down the hill all the way till you put you on this path you need to be on. So that's your fair warning, every last one of you out there. So like I was saying, this was my very first deck that I ever bought as a witch. It's called the Sacred Circle Tarot. It was the inspiration for, like I said, the 5 paths. And as you can see, it's a very elemental looking kind of a deck. This is where I learned how to use those tools that I always talk about that. And if people want to know about their past lives or why they do certain things in this life, I'm taking you one by one. We're going to go as long as I do. If you want to use cards to verify things, you can pick whichever deck you want. And I might even go grab one more deck here real quick for a special kind of guide messages. In fact, I'm going to go do that real quick. While I do that, guys, get your ass in queue. And I'm going to just... wow, that's cool. Cool. That's awesome, EP. And when I get back, we're going to do some serious spiritual work today, guys. So I just want you to be ready for this. Because you have to know that this is going to change you after today. We are going to be tying your destiny lines back in to what you want it to be. That's what you're asking for when you come into my queue this time. So that's your last warning. I'm going to go get the other deck I want to go get, and I'll be right back. Oh no, you're all in trouble. Bye. All right. And guys, you will have this option to pick from a special message from my fairy deck. These are oracle cards from my fairy deck. So you can get a special message from the magic that needs to return back in your life again, the fairy deck. See this? I don't need no book. And last but not least, a goddess guidance deck. A bunch of goddesses in this deck that help you get that message you need from your gods right here, from the goddess. because we're dealing with very emotional stuff today. The goddess is here and she's in charge, guys. So mother is here. Father is right here being the mouthpiece for mom. Okay? So, Oh, you like the evil laugh, huh? You think you like it now. So with that said, I will give you guys your options. As you can see, I will leave these guys out. So if you guys want the fairy deck, say I want the yellow deck. If you want, God's deck is the yellow deck. Sorry. Okay? And this is a 1-card draw, guys. Okay? And this is a fairy deck with the fairy wings on it and stuff like that. So you can see that. You have my 5 Paths Tarot to help you with some answers. And you have my Sacred Circle deck too as well. And you guys don't have to give me numbers this time, but do ask your questions so that I can understand it. So with that said, Chrome, you're up first. What would you like to know? And I will let you know 3 lifetimes. That's it. You each get 3. Okay? I'm not going to sit here for 5 hours telling you how many times you've been here. Okay? So you get 3 lives that I will tell you about. Or anything you want to know about why you do certain things in this lifetime. The Destiny Weaver is on. The Prophet's in the house. I am the unknown prophet of Twitch. Come into my chat and be here now. I don't know. What do you want to know there, Chrome? Because it's literally free will game time. If you had the ability to ask God any question, what would you fucking ask God? And what do you, if you want to know about your past lives, what do you want to know? The first one, second one, or third one, or what how many times you've been here? So that's what I'm saying. Those are your questions to ask, but I'm giving you those examples. So, and we'll have a conversation, guys. It's not like I'm going to give you like 3 things and shoot you off, okay? It's going to be normal. I'm going to do it until I feel like I've told you everything you need to hear. But I'm only going to go like 3 lifetimes, so. And I've been able to do this since I was a young boy, because I was born knowing all of my life before this. This is my last and final life here on earth. I will not be a human after this. I will be an angel, guide, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so dead. So you want to know about the past life and love, okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you about that then, okay, Chrome? And if you want something to verify it, you just tell me which one you want me to pick, and I will verify it for you, okay? But one of the things about that past love in your past life, it was always like you were just reaching your twin flame. It was like you were always about to get there, but you never made the connection. Always reaching for it, but never really getting that connection. And in most of your lifetimes, overcoming the obstacle of self-love tied in with divine love of somebody else has been your major mission here while you've been here, dead. And there has been love in your past, and it's only happened like once or twice where it's been that solid relationship, but either that life ended in tragedy or that life ended because of circumstances that were beyond the control of anything they could have ever done, And middle deck. All right, middle deck. Here we go. Verifying. And I'm going to give you until the card pops out of the deck. That's how we're going to do this. God cards are in play. You go until they pull the card out today. There you go. There's your answer. And you got 2 answers for you. So you're lucky. You get 2 answers. All right. So here you go. So as you can see here, when we're looking at this deck, these are the only cards that I own that have reversal meanings in it. Okay. My deck doesn't have reversals. The fairy cards and oracles don't have reversals. This is the only one that has reversals in this trip. And why is that important? Because in this lifetime, one of the things about that masculinity and that ownership of that masculinity, that you have this feel of, I want to be that father-like figure. I want to be that sage, old grandpa who laughs and giggles on the porch while he tells fart jokes and has people pull their finger kind of a deal. And you have been trying to connect love romantically, but your love line is more about the connections of the love you share within all of those lifetimes. So as we look at this deck here, the King of Wands is reversed in my deck here, okay? And the King of Wands sits on his throne because he's the one who has that will and intent. He's the one who's trying to find his power. He's the one who owns that power. And that's what you've been trying to obtain by the end of this life, is to harness that power, wield that power for what you need to wield it for, and take ownership of your throne and ownership of your life. And tying that back into all the things you had to overcome as a child, if you think about it, it was all designed to help bring your worlds together so they could be more synchronicity in your life, and there could be more opportunity to escape some of the bad, icky stuff you had to go through. Okay? Yes, I will ascend after this lifetime. And, but the world tree is about knowing the deepest knowledge that there is. That's what I've got in my head, the world tree. So you've been here a while. You're probably one of the very first souls that ever came to Earth. Like the very first handful of souls that ever came to Earth, you are one of those. You know, you've been here a while. You have a very old soul. Did you want to know something else about that? And I want to point out one other thing, that you know, when you go to think about something and you analyze that thing and you find a quick route to solution, that's all because that you've had to do that several times in your lifetime, combined with the love that you are trying to obtain. Like I said, it was always that out of reach feeling, and this is the lifetime they want you to reach that love. They want you to actually hold it in your hands this time, so they're trying to get you prepared and ready to meet that. And I feel like I'm supposed to shuffle another deck for you to give you another verification card here that you need. They're telling me to shuffle for you so you can get a verification on something that you're asking in your head, okay? You don't have to even say it out loud, okay? This is something you don't want to share out loud, and you want an answer to it, but you're kind of afraid to ask the question. So I'm going to answer it for you, all right? Here it is. There's the card. Yep. The Page of Swords. He is the card of thought, of getting that logic versus emotion, balancing those two things out. The eagle flies high because he's searching for freedom, but the chains that he just broke free from for the first time let him see this scene before him. The Page of Wands sits in the meadow and takes in the wind's truth, the voices on the wind, the intuition in their heart, the song and the dance of the world. You listen to the melody that the world plays, and you start to compose that message for your life. And that's what this lifetime has been about, majority of it. And you are at this stage of your life, but you're trying to get to the... So right now, you're at Page, and you want to get to King. So you're almost there, right? At least you started out as a Page, and you didn't have to start at the very bottom. So you do have some help out there trying to get you to those goals that you are trying to reach. And remember, it's all about that intellectual freedom, that intellectual voice, that intellectual thing that you like to do a lot of. And please, if any of this doesn't match with you guys, please let me know. I'm going pure, unadulterated intuition here, guys. So, you know, please communicate with me if you guys aren't. But I feel like that's kind of what you want to know a little bit. So, if you had one other question, I'd be willing to answer that for you. And then we're going to go to Indigo's next. Did that answer the question you had in your head? I'm waiting for someone not to answer, and like I'm going to be sitting here for 5 minutes waiting for them to show up. Yeah. So that's basically what needed to tell you. So if you something else that you wanted to know about where your destiny and where your lifeline is at right now, or anything like that. I mean, it's not just about past life here. We're talking future life and all of that stuff. Okay, well then go for it. It's time to get back to those masculine deities again and remind yourself that through femininity, you embrace that masculinity and then you become the masculinity itself. Where should you put that energy? Back into the thing that drives you the most. That thing that you keep wanting to do all the time, that keeps you motivated, that keeps you not giving up. And what they're telling me here is where you should direct your energy going forward is to that future forward focused an idea you have in your mind. Setting yourself up for success is where they want to get you next. That's why you're a little lost right now, because you're in the stage of figuring out what you actually want. You're not lost, you're wandering. Not all people who are lost wander. Not all people who are wandering are lost. So that's where you should put that energy towards. Because if you started to give in to some of those things you really wanted to do and put that energy in that way forward, a lot of the things you wanted to overcome here you'd finally be able to move past them. But you got to do the work. And that's what they have to tell me. That's it for you there, Jerome. I'm going to give you that and let you go from here. Next person in line is Indigo. Indigo to the reading room, And we've got my deck out here, and we got all the right ones here and stuff. So, all right. Well, you're welcome. Like I said, and you know, just know that they're, you know, your guides are trying to help you there, buddy. You just got to pay a little bit more closer attention that they're trying to poke you in the right direction, but they can't force you to make a choice, you know. I'm a rude, crude, socially unacceptable man, and I don't dilute with delusions of grandeur or God complex. I'm completely crazy, connected to the universe in ways I don't even understand, and I know more shit than I should. I have a 10th grade education. I know stuff I shouldn't know. I have a fundamental... I literally have a understanding of basic... of advanced physics in my head. I have an understanding of stuff that's way above what I should be intelligent enough to know. So, you're up, Indigo. What is your question, and what would you like to know about past lives, this life? What would you like to know? 3 questions. That's a good way to do it. 3 questions each, you know. So you each get 3 questions. Okay, you hear that, EP? So start thinking. Yeah, so, and you want to know about this lifetime, right? He's still alive. And he doesn't know you are there. Literally doesn't know that happened. That's why he wasn't there, because he didn't know. And the reason you are learning about your heritage now, especially when it comes to those deeper roots in the northern dramatic upper range of like the not quite Finland, but Upper England slash Swedish slash that kind of heritage kind of stuff. But more than that, it's kind of tied back into the farmer crap stuff like that, the working with the land kind of stuff, right? And I believe that he's a person who works with his hands. He's a very hard worker kind of a deal. And if he knew you were something in this universe, he would do everything in his power to be in your life. You know? But he just wasn't meant to be there for you from the beginning, because your soul had to overcome and learn from the last lifetime, where now in your actual genealogy that you're with now, you're gonna find that answer. But I don't know if he will understand completely what happened and why it happened, you know. And one of the things that I'm seeing in that line is it's not about the karmic return of that grandparent and that mom side as well. You got like half of your karma is based on generational karma, that's family karma, and the thing that your family has been trying to, yeah. So he is dead. And you know that for sure? And are you sure he's your father? I mean, I'm not trying to be, you know, get your mind all worked up here, but are you actually sure he's your genetic father? Because I'm being told there's another guy out there that might have a father connection to you. So, but hey, want to pick a deck and we can get some verification here on that? But what I'm seeing in that, the reason that you're going through most of this right now is, you know, learning about that family heritage and history and being proud of that in this lifetime is generally something you do in most lifetimes. You like history, you like the past, you like to know the details of certain things, you know. So what's about the eighth then? Is that his birth father or is that something else? Sorry, I'm trying to get some. Okay, so he kind of has similar circumstances where he doesn't know where he comes from either. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. That makes sense. You know. So okay, yeah. That tracks for your life. Yeah. A lot of overcoming family issue is what you're primary here to do is to heal family and bring family back into community and bring family back into listening again. Most of what you're here to do is that. And I guess I'm being told, yeah, you're right. That is your dad. I got something wrong. It's something else I'm picking up for you. I think it was one of your other lifetimes that you kind of had the role reversal where you were the dad who died too early, kind of a deal. And you've got pretty much the same temperament as your father. I mean, if you could put a copy of you 30 years or 40 years older, that would probably be your father. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got that one wrong. I jumped a lifetime. Sorry. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I get something mixed up in this between the past. You were asking about this life, not your last life or something. My bad. Do you want cards to verify any of this, or do you want a message from my fairies, or my gods, or my five paths, or my sacred circle deck today? Or do you have another couple questions you want to ask? And what do you guys think of this? Do you like this so far? Do you like how this is going? Do you like the vibe of it? Do you guys like me trying to do something like this every once in a while instead of doing just tarot readings, doing this every like once a week or something like that? Please let me know how you guys like this, okay? And share it on the Discord and become a part of that community, and even share it here if you want to, okay? But if you don't have any more questions, you can just say, you can go to the next person, and I'll go to EP next. So. Yeah, 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 I see that. I see that. Yeah. Yeah, you've got similar, well, father son soulmate connection. Does that make sense? You were father son soulmates. Your soul was split into two different. One was your father, one was you, part of that. But what, okay, so what do you want to know about mom then? I just want to understand what you want to know. Oh, okay, so I'll take those last two questions for you. I want to know what's the deal with my mom. I was born on her birthday. Any past lives? Very curious. How many times you've been here so far? Yes, that was number one. And you've been trying to make up for it ever since. You're literally trying to heal your soul because of that one event every single lifetime. About four times so far. Um, Born on the birthday thingy, that's just synchronicity. That's just how closely tied you are to her. You know. But which one do you want to know? The first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Which life do you want to know more about? Do you want to know more about the life where you took your mom's life, or? And if you guys want me to use a deck, just let me know which one you want me to use. Yeah. Um. So basically, your first life here, you made a lot of really rookie mistakes. You did grow up in more of an abusive household yourself, so not all of it was your fault. But because monkey see, monkey do, you know, very strict religious background in that first one. Very strict, so strict that um, if you didn't do what you were supposed to be do, you were locked in rooms for long periods of time, get not given food until you could pray away the evil, kind of shit. Okay, so you're stuck in this lifetime being subjected to that pretty much on a daily basis, and you could only take so much. Mom was the primary abuser there. That's why you have a lot of problems with adult older women, especially when they're more aggressive, like in and like a huntress kind of a way. And I'm going to get these cards going for you here and just give them to tell me when popping out for you and give them your answer there as well. There we go. All right. And we have the Two of Disc. And that is fluctuation. And that is exactly what it was about. Unfortunately, like I said, you were put in circumstances that was not all on you. And you did what you had to do to try to escape. You did your best to escape, but couldn't escape on that. So, and the reason that this card is your verification here is because you've always tried to be that protector, that two-sided shield from behind and in front of. You want to be that shield that stands in between the hurt and the harm of anybody. And you hate people who abuse other people. I mean, literally hate. If you were Dexter, you'd be out there killing those people like serial killer shit. If you gave in to that dark impulse, you would be a very, very dark person in this world. Thank God you didn't give in to it. Like when you were younger and you almost did it. So that's why that protective shield has been a part of where you're at. And that's why that first life kind of set you up for the rest of those things. But even though it was an escape, you still feel guilty about what you had to do to escape. And you didn't even get, 5 steps out of the door before she, it's like everyone was going after one another kind of a deal. Yeah. And you have a really big problem with very sharp, long knives because she would hold knives up to your neck like this. And she would threaten you like right on a certain spot on your neck. So you'd hate being touched somewhere on your neck, like right around here. Someone comes up to you and touches you in that part of your neck, you're almost going to deck that person. Yeah, so, and that was basically the end of your life. You running away from mom, turning around just in time to take her out on your way to basically dying within steps or moments after that effect because you were already injured and hurt. So there was no way you were going to survive. You were purely adrenaline, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah. That's what the escape thing was, and that's why you had that dream. You're basically seeing your past life. You're basically just seeing your past life. You're seeing the actual life, like a movie playing in your head. Like that's how I see it in my head. Okay, that's what I see. I see that little movie that just kind of fucking plays out just like that. Yeah. So pretty much everything you already know intuitionally about that, and Dad was never around. He was always doing something. But you were stuck with that evil mom of yours, and Dad wasn't there being any help at all. It was like, this is how it's supposed to be. Discipline, blah, blah, blah. We'll put the fear of God in her, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Was that all you wanted to know? Alright. Alright. Did you have one more question? You have one more thing. One more question, and then it's your turn, EP. Oh, I'm going to have a little bit of my oatmeal now. Am I right about the neck thing, by the way? I want to know, Indigo. I want verification on that one. Yeah, your primary mission in this life is to heal through family instead of being hurt by family. Um, you want to know how you break free of the pattern, right? So, what you have to come to realize here in this life, okay, in this life, understanding it and making one different choice. What was that one thing you wish you had done that you never did before? It's the one thing that scares you the most, but it's the easiest thing for you to accomplish and do. You want to break that cycle? All you have to do is be willing to put down the thing you've been carrying all of this time and pick up something different. You pick up the change you want. You pick up the dime, the nickel, and the quarter that fills that hole, and you walk away healed from that moment. So how do you escape the pattern? Make a new choice to say to yourself, I'm not going to do that to myself anymore. I'm going to break that pattern by choosing to live my life in this way now for my goals, for my dreams in this lifetime. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I kind of think you've kind of passed a little bit of it. I think you have a little bit of like minuscule touch up work to do on it, and I'm talking about just healing little indigo there and letting little indigo finally go to heaven and adult indigo take that brave step and breath of life again. Yeah, you don't need a church to pray. God doesn't exist in a building. He exists in your hearts. It's not about the building. It's about the belief in the building. It's about the belief in the divinity of a higher power. It has nothing to do with a room, has nothing to do with a place. All of that, yes, the energy attaches to stuff like that, and all of that stuff is true. Yes, it's all that, but, you know, God doesn't exist. God exists in this room right now. He's right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? He can be in multiple different places at once. They want me to give you a God card before you leave, though, Indigo. Something that you need to hear about how you want to break that cycle. So they told me to pick the Goddess deck, so that's the one I'm picking. And this might help you with breaking that cycle. Something to think about and work on. Okay? There you go. All right. You have Bridget, the threefold goddess. Don't back down. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe in is right. Aphrodite, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you. Through dance, self-care, and appreciation of your divinity. That's how you break free of that cycle. Now you got to put the work in. And you have to start by saying, I leave all of that shit behind today, and I'm not going to take it with me anymore. I'm going to give it to God. I'm going to give it to Him, all of it. Every last little bit of it. The guilt, the shame, the introspection, the questioning, the wondering whys, all of it. You're going to give every last little evil little thought you've ever had in your life, you're going to give it all to Him, and you're going to feel so fucking free you won't even believe it. There you go. Alright. EP to the reading room, EP to my reading room special stream. So, do you guys like this so far? Is it something that you would like to see more of? Please let me know on my Discord, or let me know here. If you like this, I will add like a 1 day a week where I do this kind of a reading instead of just use my deck only. You know? I just felt like I needed to come out here today and do something. Wanted to try something just a little bit different, to do something just to do something different for once, you know. And they were telling me, hey, you know what? There's a couple people who need some questions answered with all that, so get your butt to work, you know. And I'm feeling high energy today and very good about my body. And trust me, if I feel like I can't do it, I'm gonna stop. But right now, I'm not. The room is energized but cool. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Now I'm gonna tie. I gotta tie back into EP here. Okay. What do you want to know about it? Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, Indigo. I really agree. That dream is gonna be something. You'll see the pattern break tonight. I think. I think you'll see the pattern break tonight. But go have the dream first. Like, might be wishful thinking, but maybe some tall, blonde, scary Brit meets me in the military. I don't know. Not me giggling or grinning at the thought, but basically, who is he? Okay. And when will we meet? When will you meet? So, one of the things about what's going on right now, EP, especially with your own spirituality and your transformation as well, they're going through a similar transformation. They're going from the opposite end. So, you're going to fall in love with a woman who used to be a man. And you will know that's why you keep having visions of that guy that keeps popping in your head like that. He he was a past life. He's trying to return in this life, but he's doing almost going through a similar journey you're going through. A little bit different than yours, but very similar. I think it's more of an internal thing for him, not an external thing for him. So, embracing the femininity within and embracing the feelings and thoughts I've been having since I was a young boy and learning how to come. A lot of us are coming here now to balance that masculine and feminine kind of a scale, right? And you will meet in that you'll most likely meet in the military. I think it will be peacetime, but it will be during like a memorial for one of your friends, kind of a deal. That's where you'll meet. It'll be like getting together to remember one of the buddies who did something extraordinary, like your unit did something. Wasn't like you were, you know. I don't understand the definitely not one. What I guess I want to know why you said definitely not, because that made me want to stop and ask. No, I'm not saying you're to date a trans woman. I'm saying she's going to be doing an internal like you're doing the external. So while you are doing the external journey, they're doing the internal journey. That's what I mean. Their physical appearance won't change. Yours will. Right. But you want to go from. Yeah, I know that, EP. But you know that too, because that's where most of those feelings and thought comes. Okay, so let me explain it to you a little bit, okay? So let me try to put it in better terms, okay? So I'm just gonna use this because I just saw this card not too long ago. Okay, yeah, this actually works really good, okay? In fact, that's gonna be my totem while I do this. I'm gonna use my witch's deck for you to give you a better insight on it. I think you will meet this person within around military service of some kind of a connection between that person. And I believe that they want the same kind of relationship you do, but I don't know if it'll ever really be a marriage kind of relationship. It'll be companionship kind of a deal. At least it could turn because of your journey and what you want to do with your body. You know. Yeah. Well, he might. Commitment is a very powerful thing for him, and there's reasons he doesn't want. Just this, the hairstyle, the outward appearance, the look of how you want to do. That's what I'm talking about. The gruff cowboy looking dude who's got, you know. No, 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 no. No, he's just stubborn. you know, um, when you live in a very strict, I won't say it's strict. What's a better word than strict? Responsibility is the key to happiness. If you can be and act responsible, and he had that shoved down his throat constantly, kind of a deal. And he's seen all of his relationships have broken apart because of something dumb their family did or thought. You know? I'm kind of getting confused about what question you want to know, though. You want to know about your soulmate in this lifetime, or do you want to know? I mean, when I'm talking about what you're doing with body, we've had that conversation about where you want to go and you want to look with the beard and you want to be able to go and present yourself in a certain way. That's your journey. His journey is one where he has to do that introspection inside. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you? No, there won't be a problem. It's going to be an understanding, because that's where your love is going to grow from, is that understanding. A more, let's just say this, you'll go from a toxic family to a finally healthy family who could accept you. So they'll become your mom and dad, kind of a deal. They'll love you just the way you are, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about that. And here I'm gonna start to shuffle I'm gonna shuffle my sacred circle deck and get you an answer or some verification on the time frame and stuff like that. Okay. I think we got our answer. So when all the cards come out like they do, we just tell you exactly what these cards mean, and this probably will answer. And I think you even have a little bit of a, like I said, a time frame here. So between the months of May and September of next year, that's when things are going to start to happen more again for you. Um, and what kind of a person is he? Well, like I said, He likes to be in control. He likes to be the king of the castle. He's very responsible, duty bound, that kind of thing. Very he's that type you really like, that strong, independent, quiet, silent type thing. And he will he will be all about overcoming obstacle of that. He's not going to be dominating. He's just, you know, there you go. It's like someone's got to be in charge this time. And it's kind of like you'll have that dance between one another, of that. And that will be like the three things that will cause conflict in the beginning will turn into things that grow your love even stronger in the future. So you might have a couple of fights there in the beginning, but because of those things and working through those things, your love becomes stronger than anything could ever break it apart. You find that chosen family you're supposed to be finding, and then you start to embrace that emotional freedom that you've been locking away from yourself, that you've been waiting to release, so that you can have your King of Cups moment. And he's reversed. So that means the cups are pouring out onto you. That means that the bounty of emotion is going to overwhelm you or wash over you, and the exact opposite. So if you felt like you were beat up a lot and your life was a bunch of crap to begin with, you're going to crescendo and you're going to go the opposite way. Things are going to start to become more beautiful, more balanced, more calm, more serene, less filled with hate, anger, resentment, blah, 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 blah. Be like us, do what we tell you to, blah, blah, blah. And then, and this is the reason that I say that the commitment thing is kind of a touchy subject here, because he has major abandonment issues. He's been trying to overcome them his whole life, but he has major abandonment issues. He's always afraid someone's going to leave him. Okay. Um, so here's what they were giving me, okay? They gave you the Five of Swords and they gave you the Eight of Cups, telling me what month you would most likely find this person in, okay? How long that's going to take. Kings are a higher card in suit. They're right above that Jack, so 10, 9, 8. So you have the 11 number, which when we look at numerology, 11s are all about two people coming together as one. That soulmate connection. They will be soulmate. They will be twin flame. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you can be really clingy, but that can also feel kind of suffocating at times. So you're both gonna have to learn how to do a little bit of the opposite with one another. You're both gonna be healing each other's crap a little bit through support, through understanding, through working through it together. Yeah, that it's going to be about overcoming and working through together. That's what I'm seeing mostly for you in that future. I think you will wait for the. I think you're waiting for that financial backing, some kind of an application in that financial part of your life that you're kind of waiting to see if you could qualify for something or something like that. And you kind of want to make sure you're setting yourself up for major success before you go dip your toes into try to swim in an ocean, you know? And like I said, you got the fire card upright. He's the king of swans, and then you got the water card reversed. So yeah, like I said, yeah, something like that. Some opportunities coming up that will give you that opportunity to do it, and you'll just take advantage of it because it'll be right time, right place, right everything. You'll have, you're ready to just go, pick up and just go forget it. I can't deal with these people anymore. All right. Well, and guys, just like everything, we're just chatting here. If you want more information, you want something to know something else, Indigo, or anybody who else might be out there, don't be afraid to ask. I'm going to sit here for maybe another hour if I feel up to it. Keep going from there. If you guys want messages from my fairy deck or my goddess deck to help you with something, if you want me to try to find out about a past life and where you can self-correct in this one. I think you're going to, if time constraints is a problem for that though, I think right around the first part of next year, you'll start to see that shrink really fast. Like I said, he's your exact type. He's your type. He is the type you really want to have. You've got a certain type about something, that exactly. Rough, gruff, squishy teddy bear on the inside, kind of. I don't know if this is you or if this is the thing, because your flames are so close. It's hard to determine whose is whose. Likes to work in wood and like with wood and like carpentry or some kind of building or something like that. They like the grunt work. They like to work with their hands. They like to work, and do the actual job. They're not interested in being leader or command sergeant, whatever, major hoofity. They just want to do service and duty and live up to the expectations their parent told them they had to. He's always trying to live up to that expectation of his parents, sandy blonde hair. He's got a cute little mole right about here and here. I'm seeing more bluish eyes. But I think he also has like a cataract or something in one of his eyes. So when you look at his eye, you'll kind of see like a shift in color a little bit there. And yeah, definitely something with the military and something with within service and within doing it after that service is almost complete. Like, you're not going to be stupid about it and risk you'll do it in an appropriate way. You won't do it in a weird way. I don't know, whatever the code of conduct is for your unit and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's why you're about obtaining in this level. They're about letting go in this. You are more about reaching that attainment in this life, and they are more about the letting go of that attainment. You balance each other out. That's what twin flames do. So he'll quell your fire, and you'll ignite his. But not so much that you go out. He's got that, he's got that quiet, reserved way about him. But when he lets you in, it's amazing what you see inside. That's what I'm seeing for you, EP. And they'll be very I'm seeing a very yeah. Well, I mean, that's where the optimism will come in the relationship. That's what he needs. He needs that. That's what you have to offer this person. They're going to offer you what you need. Okay, get it? Hello? And not dimming your light, putting a shade on it so that light shines in the ways it's supposed to. So you get the light without the blindness of it. Do you want a deck for any answer there? Do you want the goddess deck or a fairy deck or a Pike Paz deck for Your question you don't want to ask? Yeah. He'll bring stability. You'll bring him worth. It's definitely that's where you're on track on that in this lifetime. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's why you're here to find that again, and that's why sometimes, and I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes you get that confusion between physical, mental, and spiritual within yourself as well, and that's why you have sometimes a hard time grasping onto that when you take ownership of who you are as a being and you stand up for that and you cement that in, then the universe starts to listen again. So that's what they're kind of waiting for, is that moment for you. And you still got some work left you have to get done before you're ready for love. You know, first we got to take care of us here at EP, and if we heal ourselves the right way, that love can come sooner. But you got to be willing to put the work on it and do some of this healing you said you wanted to do. Okay. They can only poke you so hard. I wish I could do like a multi-stream with Lyra or somebody else out there. Yeah. I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that statement. Completely. You see, you know where you're at. See, you know it. You know where you're at on your line right now. You're pretty good at sussing out your own lifetime here. You know, pretty much you're a manifester like me. You want something to happen, you'll make it happen. Beware of anyone who gets in your way, trying to make you say you can't do it. In fact, if someone tells you you can't do it, you're going to do it just to spite them. Oh, that's going to cause a lot of fun in your relationship. So be forewarned not to be so... Yeah, but remember, what happens when we hold back the squeaky clean and we let the animal out? What happens when you let the animal out of its cage for the first time and it has freedom? It runs around the whole fucking yard trying to sniff and smell everything before it gets to the point where it settles on something that actually draws its attention. Well, the universe is, you're out in the yard and you're trying to find the one thing that you need to pay attention to lead you to that person you want to be. And to have the love you want, and to have the life you want, and for you to finally take ownership of your path and who you say you want to be, and not be afraid to do that anymore. That's why you are here. There you go. That's what I got for you, EP. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun fighting. It won't be like serious fighting. Okay, let me give you an example. Me and my wife, this is how we fight. She sits in a chair right here. I sit in a chair right here, and we do this. I'll never stop being mad at you. Nope, I want a divorce. I can't forgive. I can't be mad at you any longer. Give me a kiss. Okay, that's me and my wife. That's how we fight. That's my new song called Awaken the Power. Here, I'll put that one in chat for you. I just made that one yesterday and got it all edited and ready. So that one's called Awaken the Power. Give that one a listen. All right, we've got some cards out. We've got some different things going on. If you guys want a reading like this, you guys want to find out some information, hey, Lear, if you're out there, get your ass in here. I know. I should go check to see if she's even on. Yep, she's on. Yep, she's on.
Rated everyone can and up.
Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Oops, I hit the wrong button.
Well, that's the funny part. My eyes actually like probably the smallest feature on my face, but they're huge in a weird way. It depends. And
I'm having a special stream, but I wanted to stop by and say hello real quick.
Wrong button all the time. This is for you, Tony. There's somebody. I think BMF, you're so sweet for like participating. And
I'm connecting people with their past lives and their destiny lines and answering questions. Purely unadulterated intuition.
That hurt.
I'm stepping into the purple flame.
Stuff I do for you guys.
Hey, technology! Welcome in.
That's it. For the bowl for right now. I don't know, Prophet. What Prophet? Did you want to manifest anything, Prophet? Did you want to take it? I'm like, how could I know I didn't forget to ask Prophet if he wanted to manifest something in the bowl.
Oh, I gotta ask her. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. I'm doing great.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What I missed what you said. I was.
Are you here? Put your up, girl. Sorry about that. Hold on. Oh yeah, my phone. No, literally whatever you want. It is literally, it's personal to you. Like there's nothing wrong with manifesting. If you want to manifest a dog or a cat or a hamster, I would never question it. That's the whole point. As long as you don't manifest something like, I want to manifest a coal from my
Oh,
hamster.
that's what she said.
Yeah, I can't do that, but
I'll join the queue and we'll see. Yeah, because maybe I'll end stream and go bug her. We'll do you first though, technology. Oh yeah, there's that sexy girl.
oh shit, anime character.
Yeah, I'll jump in line for later. I'm still streaming, so I don't want to take away from yours, and I want to finish up with the last person who needs help.
This is the first one I had on my phone.
I pressed the wrong button when it said knock.
Girl, you look like you're 9. That was the old picture. Let me fix it. Stop it. I will not. What you're not gonna do. What you're not gonna do. Stop it. What you're not gonna do. No. Let me get a picture. That's updated. That's the one I had. On. Stop.
All right.
Stop
Let
that.
me get rid of the voices in the background here. Actually, we're doing something different today, technology. We are not doing our normal tarot readings today. We are doing something. Oh, that was Lyra in the background. I forgot to turn her down, so that's why you heard the desktop audio of it, because I forgot to turn my desktop audio down. That's Lyra. She's a very talented tarot reader. She's very, very talented. I highly suggest checking her out. So we're doing something a little bit different today, technology. I'm going pure, unadulterated intuition. No numbers, no nothing. All you want to do, if you want to know something about your past life, this life, your destiny, what you're here to do, stuff like that, I'm giving you 3 questions to ask me, and these cards are here to help verify and back up what I'm saying to be true. And you can pick whatever deck you want for that verification. This is my Goddess deck, the yellow deck. This is my Sacred Circle deck, the very first one I ever bought for myself. And then the Fairy Oracle deck, and of course the 5 Paths deck. So that's what we're doing today, is a little, like I said, a little bit different. And I'm going, like I said, full tilt kitty. I've already helped 4 people with some of their questions that they had about their past lives, this life, and what they're here to be doing, you know. So if you want, let me know what you would like to know. I'm giving you, like I said, I give people 3 questions, and if you wanted me to pick a deck, let me, and I can show you and help answer those questions for you. And it's going to be until the card pops out of the deck kind of a shuffle. So I thought I'd try to do something special once a week, or something like this once a week, where I just do something different and You know, maybe give you guys a different opportunity for a different style of reading. Because I don't pull this trick out of my hat very often because it's so scary that I've literally frightened so many people away using this gift in my life that I don't use it very often because it freaks people out. Okay. So we'll get the Sacred Circle deck here. Okay. Okay, so let's just start with question number 1 now. Will a romance spark when I return to Greece? Yes. Do you want more clarification on that? The answer is yes. There will be romance sparking because you're looking for it. What here we're going to do here is a little bit of verification for you too as well. And if you want to know more about, like, what do you want to know about that romance and when you return to Greece, you know? Okay, now I kind of thought you didn't want some clarification on that because that's what they were telling me. You want clarification. So we're waiting for them to give you your clarification about the romance sparking when you return to Greece, you know? So I'm just waiting for them to throw me the answers out. There you go, there's your answer. So, so for a bit of clarification, will romance spark when I return from Greece? Yeah, because you will have returned back to your home. You will have returned back to the world tree where all things are possible again. You eat from the fruit of the knowledge it gives you, the shelter it gives you, the life's blood that it helps you stay protected from the weather that is out there. And when you need to hold on to something, it stands with you and won't let you go. The world tree comes to you in this romance part when you return back from Greece because now you see your world open in a brand new way. Going home sometimes is exactly what you need to do to realize that's where you belonged all along. I had something similar happen to me for about 8 years ago when we moved from Minnesota to Florida because we lost our house. We were going to be evicted from our apartment at the time. There was black mold there. We refused to pay the rent because something had happened with somebody else's apartment above ours and it got all in our stuff and everything and they wouldn't pay for any of it. You know what I'm saying? So and then we had, you know, because we didn't want to pay the bill, of course, and living in that situation, I'm not paying that bill until it's fixed, you know what I'm saying? So we got into the danger where they were going to evict us and stuff like that. We didn't have anywhere else to go. And my mom and dad said, come live down in Florida. We'll buy you a trailer or something. It was like $1,000 to $2,000 trailer that they bought for us. And we paid them back for it, you know, once I got working and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah. And that's where I'm saying the 21st, somewhere around the 21st is when you're going to be finding this person. Okay, second question. Will I be working again before I return to Greece? Temporary at best. So you'll get a job here or there for a while until you get back from Greece. But once you get back from Greece, it'll be hunkered down time. It'll be, we've got to give this more than we've been giving it time. You know? And what they're telling me here is that, you know, with that, will you be working again? Well, they don't go do the trip thing first and then come back refreshed and ready to do actual hard work for a little bit, because it's going to have to be a proving station of a job for you. You'll have to keep proving yourself because you'll increase in responsibility, blah, blah, blah. Basically starting out from a smaller standpoint and going to almost managerial, maybe at best a shift manager of some sort. of that kind of a level. That's how I understand that kind of a manager, like a person who comes in for a couple hours a day, does their job for half of the day, and then someone comes and takes over the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? Um, so you will be working, but it'll be like an on and off kind of a thing. 3, general paths. Okay, 5 paths general. Okay, 5 paths general. Like I said, we're doing things different today, so you want a general reading? Intuitional style. Got it. So that's what we're going to do last here is give you that 5 paths general reading here. Just like normal, only this time no numbers are required. Well, they just gave it to you. Want to give me their destiny card now? Okay. All right, here is that reading that you wanted to have there with the destiny cards. All right. So, the general from the destiny from what they're trying to tell you here, okay, is you're putting way too much pressure on yourself right now, and that you're putting way too much on your shoulders when you don't need to be taking all of that responsibility. There are other people who have to step up to the plate too, and they have to do their fair share as well. If they're not doing it in a monetary way, they could at least be helping in other ways to alleviate the stress that you don't want to have to or shouldn't have to deal with. They should be that support for you, and what I'm feeling is more of you getting back and having that opportunity to recoup spoons. So you'll kind of be going through a recouping of spoons kind of a thing in this next part of where you're at right now, and letting the universe kind of guide you to the next place you need to get off at. Right? It's going to be get in the river and let them take you where they need to take you time. You know, and just trusting that they're going to get you where you need to get to. You know, because there are some things that you have to let go of, but you can't just throw them away. You've got to transform them first. You got to go in between that. I'm not wandering anymore. Get off of my path, and now I will start to throw away the things that will benefit me in the future, because bones take longer than meat takes to dissolve. We're going to get that in stages, and that fertilizer that of life that we are hoping to put back in our lives again is going to be helping you build the brand new foundation and the protective walls that you will need in this lifetime, so that you can start to understand the difference between boundary and boundaries of others, and boundaries within self, and boundaries within, all about taking down the walls and the boundaries of things. And how do we allow that understanding to come and awaken within you? Well, you've let the pressure build long enough where we've seen warning signs, and we'd rather pop your top off now than see you become the destructive force in your life again. No, we want you to have a creation moment, not a destroy my world moment, not a I lost everything moment, not a I am ready to trust the universe to help me throw this bullshit away so that I can build a better future and keep myself and the foundation I do want and the dreams I do want to make safe from those things that will not allow me to change and not allow me to grow. I will blow that top off of myself and pour down onto this world everything that will destroy but create at the same time. And that's kind of where that the general reading for you for this next portion of it is going here for you. Okay, it's technology, but it's about time that this energy has to go somewhere soon. Because if it keeps building up like it does, and it keeps building up any longer, when it does finally pop off, I don't want you to accidentally hurt something. You, yourself, anybody in your life. Because you will act out in ways you don't think you will ever act out again if you don't let this off of your shoulders soon. You're the fucking lava. You don't need any more fucking energy. You need to expend that energy. You need to release that energy. But if you know how you stop a volcano from erupting? You put dynamite in it and you collapse the lava boiling thing in the center between where that connection goes. So from earth to ground, there's that top, like a top on a cork of a bottle, and you shake that bottle up really, really, really hard, and then eventually, you know, you can only shake it for so long, and you bump it the slightest little bit, and it goes ting. You know what I'm saying? Well, instead of them doing that to you, they're trying to go squeaky, 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 little by little. Let's put a little bit more of the quirk out. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Let's put a little bit more of the quirk out. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Okay, let's let it fly. Let it go. Creation, happy creation. I'm not going to take your shit anymore. Get out of my way. And if you want to get in my way of my happiness, God help you. Hell hath no fury like a technology on fire. That's what I got to say. And then they give me that one too. Because they said the next card in the deck was something that they need you to understand, that that's what your mission is. To learn how to temper and shape yourself into what you want your life to look like. It's all about you creating the right tool for the right moment. You get to decide which part of you develop. Do you need to develop the defensive part of yourself any longer? We've done enough of that, haven't we? We've been fighting a war long enough. We don't need to protect ourselves anymore. We know how to protect ourselves. What are the two other ones missing here? You have control over your life. You know what you want to do with your life. But that cup, I swear, you have to empty that cup out a lot more than you do, buddy, and fill it with the good stuff instead. It's like you keep going to the sewer and drinking the poo water and thinking it's good for you, okay? And you do not need to stop doing that to yourself. That's why you have all of this icky excess energy you don't need right now. It's overflowing. The toilet is overflowing and you can't make it stop overflowing. So you're swimming around in the shit. I think we're going to go say hi to Lyra. We're going to go right off to Lyra as soon as we're done with this you and me technology. So you're the last one I'm doing here. So if there's any other question that you want to know about past life, future life, your destiny, something like that. Like I said, I don't tap into this gift very often because it usually scares and freaks people out a lot. So I don't like to use it a lot, but I'm getting better at being more comfortable because this is the last lesson I have to learn, is how to use that last gift with my empathy and everything else that I've learned. So how many do you want to know about? 6 or 7? You got about 6 or 7 lifetimes you've been here for. First 2 you weren't human. You were like an animal or something like that. First 2 were creatures. Just pure unadulterated go experience life. No intelligence, just instinct, pure instinct for the first 2 lives. Oh, just before one right before now. Yeah. You didn't like to own up to responsibility a lot in that last life. You had a lot of people put expectation on you and put a lot of expectation on your life. It was more of a feminine life. It felt like more of a female's life of make the house the perfect home, make the house the perfect way it needs to look, the way it needs to smell. I have to act a certain way. I have to act a certain kind of style, and if I don't act that certain way, bad things will happen, kind of a deal. That's what I'm seeing from your last life. And it was kind of a you were basically housewife. You know, basically that's all you were ever really could ever become was housewife kind of thing. Right around the early, I would say, like continental beginning of the United States of America, when there was the difference when we were just starting to bring over people over and slavery was still a thing and we hadn't yet made it the 13 colonies yet. You kind of lived in that time frame right before America became America. You weren't really instrumental in anything like that. You didn't, you know, but you were kind of caught up in a lot of their bullshit, you know. You just wanted to live off the land and wanted to live off of the and live as close to the earth and live it in peace as much as you can. And people keep coming to wreck your world, and you know that's why you don't like a mess, and that's why you don't like people telling you what to do or how to do it or why to do it. You're very defensive sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. And that's why you're trying to overcome in this lifetime, is to balance that scale out, because in the last life you took it all and didn't say anything. So in this life you're like, oh, fuck that shit, I'm doing that to myself again. I need to go almost the exact opposite way, you know, where I start to own up to that power and own up to my voice, and I use that voice. And if you don't like what I say, tough fucking shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I'll help you out there, Ray, okay? I just shut the queue down, okay? I got you, all right? So here, I'll open it up just so you can put yourself in the queue if you want. But yeah, like I said, you had about 5 other lives. Like I said, the first 2 were practically like animals. Like I'm mostly forest creature, like either bear / cougar / mountain kind of an animal was the first couple ones there. And then after that it was kind of like in Australia. It was more like Australia before Australia was discovered by anybody else but the indigenous people there, kind of a deal. Very closely working in that desert environment, that working in that heat and learning how to overcome the obstacles of where you were living at, how to overcome the world's obstacles as far as location, what's available, what we have to deal with weather. We're locked in, we don't know how to get off of this place, blah blah blah. We have to be self-sufficient, blah 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 kind of stuff, you know. So, and this last life was all about overcoming that obstacle, but you were a little quiet housewife who never spoke up and never did anything other than what she was told to be doing, kind of a deal. And that feels more like in the 1300s to 1400s era, kind of a deal. And the last one was kind of the one in between. It wasn't a very long life. It was basically in and out kind of a deal. It was, you know, basically you changed your mind and something else happened to take you away that wasn't your fault. You know, it was like brief moment of for a human, maybe 20 years at best, and then it was back up there getting ready for the life that you're at right now, you know. I would say Quaker-like in some respects, if that makes sense to you. And you really have a big problem with cult-like people. You do not like people who act in a culty way at all. You try to avoid those people at all cost, because it really reminds you of that first life. I mean, the first life as a human. Sorry, take. Okay. Was that all you wanted to know? Do you want cards to help verify anything else for you? Do you want fairy deck oracle? Do you want a goddess oracle core deck? I got my fairy deck for you. I've got my goddess deck, and I've got my sacred circle deck, or the 5 paths for any kind of verification that you might want, or something else that you want to know. You don't, and this one you can just ask in your head if you want. Just let me know what you're ready for the answer, and I'll start and pick a deck. And then I'm going to go ask a question before I just go right out, because I want to know, would she like to do a part of a dual stream? But I want to ask her if she wants to do that first before I just invade her ass. I was dreaming about invading her ass earlier. God damn it. All that talk yesterday got me all going. I'm an old man who can't do certain things anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I wish I were capable of some of the things I wish I could do. I used to be a pretty chronic guy when it came to self-love, and now I can barely get it up every 5 months if I'm lucky, and squeeze maybe a 5-second joy out of it. So, let's just say it didn't go anywhere. All right, Ray, get your ass in here. I hope your brother told you what to expect, okay? 3 questions. And then we're going to go, I'm going to go see if she wants to do maybe, no numbers. No numbers this time, just pick a deck. Which deck do you want me to use for that answer? Do you want my 5 paths or the circle deck? Or do you want an oracle answer on that? Didn't I already tell you this? Didn't we already go through all of that? Sandy blonde hair, blah, blah, blah. Goddess or fairy? Do you want the yellow deck or the blue deck? Okay, goddess. That would be the other one. All right. So you want to know, like I said, I thought we went through this already, but yo, that was your brother. I'm sorry, Ray. I forgot who I was talking to. Okay, sorry about that. I got you confused. See, I saw EP and started thinking EP's here again. And I'm picking up on his energy. Yeah. Okay, but we're going to get there. You want to know about your true love. Okay, now that I have to remember who I'm talking to, so I have to tap into the right energy now. Sorry about that, Ray. That was your brother's. All right, let's find out for you. Let's see what the gods have to tell you about the when and where of it all of the soulmate thingy, okay? Yep. You want me to draw one more card, and there it is. Okay. The when and where is it all, and this is going to be kind of, okay, fine. I'll take it one as well. You're going to like this one. When and where, all of that stuff, you know, won't matter so much. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah. So, I'm sorry about getting your energy mixed up there, but... So, here we go with what you need to know there, Ray, okay? And I'm going to draw you another card. This time, I will take one of the numbers you gave me here, and I will take the lowest number and the 4th card in my Sacred Circle. So, I'm going to shuffle 4 times for you, and then the card that's on top is going to be your answer for a Destiny card, unless something pops out on its own, which it just did. Okay? So, the when and wheres of it all, right? Okay, so around February, and it's going to be right around Mom's Day. Right between Mom's Day and February. So right between Mother's Day and Valentine's Day, basically, of next year is when you'll start to get close to that person that you're meant to be with, your true love, right? Huh, huh, huh. Don't be jealous, EP, but she got the one true love card, the Guinevere card. She will definitely meet her one true love. She will meet her destined soulmate. She will rejoin the person she was meant to be with in this world. As Guinevere comes to tell you, true love. The romantic strings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you because you have earned it, because you deserve that kind of love in this lifetime. So, right around February-ish, between February and May, and stuff like that, that's when you're going to start to probably reach out a little bit more and test those waters a little bit and be a little bit more open to that possibility that you're ready for that final commitment, that you're ready for that final last love, the love that you'll never have to change ever again. And you just have to get to that accepting part, Ray, where you've accepted the difference between the reality of it and the dream of it, and taking just those little and you don't dream very big, okay? I'm not saying you don't dream, don't dream very big, And what I'm saying is the next thing that you got as well is the purification. So they're a person who is trying to find a way to purify themselves and help you as well purify your soul so that you can both return to a peaceful soul once again. You're trying to find that purification through love, purification through that fiery love kind of a deal. So they will be that person who is all about the renewing energy and emotion and living in the emotion and being okay with sharing that emotion and being okay with sharing that strong connection of destined love, And then you got the last card, which is the Sorceress card, which means, and I forgot to read this one out to you too. You got Coventina. I hope I'm saying that right. Coventina. And she is the purification card. And her card says, it is time to clean detoxification your body and your mind. And that's where you're at right now, Ray, is we're detoxifying ourselves, getting ourselves ready for true love. Okay? Now, so you want to know time frame, right? Well, when you finished doing the purification stuff, then we get into the sorcery card. Sorceress, Rhiannon, you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions and into reality. What I'm saying to you is, if you can dream it, you can make it happen. Okay? So if you pay attention to your dreams, if you pay attention to that heart of yours and actually listen for that song coming your way, well, magics abound in your life, because as we kind of point out, like I said, even though it's going to be right around May of maybe like I said, a year from now, around that, from February to that Mother's Day kind of thing, it will be about you trusting your intuitions and going with that gut feeling and taking a hold of it and never letting go, and understanding how you can come from that place and come to a place of protecting each other again. You both become each other's shields. You both become each other's strength. You both become each other's love, and powerful love at that. And there will be times when it gets tested every once in a while, but I think through your faith, your love, and your ability to manifest, that's what will happen. So dream big, girl. Get your list together of 10 things you really want in a person. Yeah, so like around that time. Yeah, 2025 to 2026. Like I said, in between February and Mother's Day. And he's a handsome boy. Short brown hair, kind of muscular, kind of got that Clark Kent kind of look to him. And he is basically Clark Kent's without the superpowers. Okay? very Superman-like, Clark Kent-like kind of guy. You know, he's the hero of the story. He's the prince who comes to the princess's rescue. Be ready to be rescued, princess. I hope you're ready to be galloped away on that horsey of yours. Because boy, you have a love story. I can't wait for you to see this guy, meet this guy. Really, I can't, because the second it happens, you're gonna know it. And you're gonna go, God damn it, prophet. And you're gonna have to look him in the eyes and go, a tarot reader told me that I'd know instantly when I met my one true love. It'll be like fucking fireworks. Trust me, you're gonna know. What other question you got for me? 2 more. You get 2 more there, Ray. I'm going to have some more of my oatmeal. I'm going to put these cards away now. And go to your second question. Yes. Stop questioning if you're on the right road and start saying, God damn it, I'm on the right road. That's what they're waiting for, young lady. That's the switch they're waiting for. Stop asking for what you want and start telling them what you want, and watch your life be exactly the way you dream it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have the same ability to manifest I do. You can carve whatever the fuck you want into reality. Literally, a dream come true. Dream big. I don't know. Do you think you're going to be able to do that for 10 to 20 years and not get bored? I'll get the God cards for that one. This is just a straight up which God is reaching out. And you got 3 of them. That was fast. So, these are... Now, this is a goddess desk, but I want you to kind of think in some male and female aspects here a little bit, because they give me basically an answer, and you kind of find a deity that matches all these things. Vesta is about home. About that person who finds that home within themselves and finds that home in something that they can walk in and do it day in, day out, and find the purity of love to do the job because they love to do the job. It brings them fulfillment. So that, if this is what makes you feel at home, then you have to start to give in to that home and say, this is where I belong. You have to start to trust yourself, young lady. Medicine woman. Nurse, maybe? Are we thinking about entering the medical field, maybe? Are we thinking about becoming a healer of some kind? Because Vesta comes to tell you her card, her advice too, is if you're on the right deck, is your household situation is improving. Either a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Well, that would be the one true love thingy. Hathor. Receptibility. Being ready for it to come you and you to accept it. For you to think that you deserve this and it should be yours because you won the bonus prize this lifetime. You got the one-of-a-kind life that not a lot of people get. And her message is, allow yourself to release. This will increase your intuitional energy and ability to give to others. Tying it in once again to the last and final thing, which is that I challenge on the medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Something in a medical field of some kind, either a psychologist, nurse, something. I don't really see doctor, but I see, and if that sounds right, then I think you're exactly on the right track. You tell me, Ray. Am I on point or not? Yeah, she's reaching out. But you knew that. You wanted to work with her, so she came. That's all you got to do. Just say I need you, and they'll be there. Until you don't. And they'll push you out of your little baby bird moment, and you'll have to fly. And I'm literally flapping my wings doing that. Yeah. That makes complete sense. Like medical fraud prosecutor. That kind of stuff. Going after the really icky people of this world. That makes sense. There you go. The question is now, are you ready to become her? Ray? Are you really ready to start to become her? Then walk the walk, talk the talk, and do the do. Walk like you mean it, talk like you mean it, do it like you mean it. For the rest of your life, never give up, never surrender, and believe, 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 believe. And when it finally happens where you see your crescendo moment and you realize exactly what I'm telling you here is the truth, I want you to remember that so that you can prove to yourself that you earned this. Okay, Ray? You still got some work to do, but you're getting there. Alrighty. I'm gonna keep these. I'm just gonna keep them in the box for a while. Okay, because I want to go see something else real quick before I put everything away. When you stop saying hope so and start saying it will be so, you'll understand. You'll understand. You're right on track for your destiny. Right on track. Let's go find out if she wants to have some fun.
Somebody wouldn't be as responsible. I don't think it's you, but somebody wouldn't be as responsible.
Hey, sweetie, do you want to collab on a couple readings and try the stream together thing they keep trying to push my way? Wanted to ask before I came and raided you. To your stream so I can get my reading, or actually I can give you yours.
This pose is cute. Lots of orange there too. Yeah, lots of orange. Yeah, present. Oh, that part that's totally be so present. It's like, what's on your mind? I hope that made sense from just yeah, honestly, yeah. Your feel's always on it. But she's on it alright. Just the activities. Run it in there. Your mind picture. I love that song by Charlie and Billie Eilish. It's called What? Can we see what rhymes?
Well, I'm going to play my new song called Awaken the Power for you guys on my way out of here today.
Like my partner is
Since I didn't get an answer from her, we're just going to go give her a little bit of love here So I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the Discord if you want to see more of this on a once in a great blue moon kind of a thing. If you like this, please let me know, because this was kind of an experiment for me today. So I'll see you guys all then. Bye-bye.
You're hot, but I think that you're reading into it too much. He thinks you're hot. I don't think that, like, you know, you should be this concerned about his personal life yet. Besides, let him deal with his stuff on his own, too. Don't, because once a man starts venting to you, it never stops.
Secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold.
Let's see. This one. When I'm around you, I feel full. This one's in a him. Let's just use one with him. But these are him three. This one says Brian. I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this. This is going to like a best friend.
I stand alone. Let the power rise, let it flow. Through the darkness, let it glow.
And I masturbate to the thought of your text. By the way, if you can't tell the line, yeah. I masturbate to the thought of your text. When I'm around you, I feel full. And I'm getting sick of your shit. And I love those. I'm just horny for you. Horny. We've established this. He's horny. Just. Let's keep going. Let's just go with him. And he's like, I feel like a stalker. I feel like a stalker. He's getting shit of food. You! It's more like a tease. It's not like a it's more like a tease. I think it's like it's hot. I said it's angry. It's a little hot. Let's see. Let's go. In his life. This is very specific. What is it? This is oddly specific. You always pull the same oracles, that's why I'm like, okay. Let's see. That monster is not, like, what the hell, the monster is like not monster. Gotta get stupider, remember that? You were kids, boys go to Jupiter to get stupid. Alright. For this pasta. So mushy. One more. Guys, we're stalking. Let's not.
Open doors, open to the world I see before me. I opens up the dream that once was inside. And I unleash the power that I hold inside.
This is
No darkness can hold me, no light can hold me back. I am the crashing.
I'm a little overwhelmed right now.
My past secrets are bound to me by time and space alone. The gift of the gods is now untold. I walk through the door and I see the power inside.
So, we'll see. I'm gonna do this one. I want to do some things. A little overwhelmed, especially in terms of like family too. It could be a lot of different type of relationships, not just romantic. The seventh house does not have to always be romance, but it's just the things, the people you value the most.